Hello viewers, I am Vasuki from the Standard for Rajaratnam College for Women, Sivakasi. Now I have to present the topic on difference between the direct and indirect tax. Now let's go to the topic. Taxation. Taxation is the most important source of revenue of the government is taxes. The act of levying taxes is called the taxation. A tax is compulsory charge or fees imposed by the government on individuals or corporations. The persons who are taxed heavy have to pay the tax irrespective of any corresponding return from the goods and services by the government. The taxes may be imposed on income and wealth of persons or corporations, and the rate may vary from one another. Then what is tax? Tax means it's a compulsory monetary contribution to the state's revenue assessed and imposed by a government on the activities, enjoyment, expenditure, income, occupation, privilege, property and so on from individuals and organizations. Tax is imposition of financial charge or other levy upon a taxpayer by a state or other the functional equivalent of the state. Then according to Taylor, tax means a compulsory donation by public without any direct benefit for such donation. There are two types of taxes, like the first one is direct tax and another one is indirect tax. Direct tax is nothing but yearly a tax which is paid by a person on whom it is legally imposed and the burden of which cannot be shifted to any other person is called a direct tax. According to Dr. Dalton, when a tax is levied on one person and the same is paid by that person, then it is said to be a direct tax. Then indirect tax. The taxes in which the burden is passed on to a third party are called indirect taxes. For example, service tax, VAT, excise duty, customs duty and so on. According to Professor Bullock, tax is levied on consumers and tax levied on expenditure could be defined as indirect tax. They are entirely different from direct tax is entirely different from indirect tax. Like direct tax is a tax wherein the levy of tax is made on a person and the responsibility of paying such tax is fixed on that person. At the same time, indirect tax is a levy of tax is made on one person and the responsibility of paying the tax to the government is fixed on some other person. Examples of direct tax is income tax, wealth tax as well as gift tax. At the same time, indirect tax is examples of indirect tax is excise duty, customs duty, sales tax, VAT and so on. How the tax to be levied? The direct tax is levied on person. At the same time, indirect tax is levied on goods and services. Then transfer of tax. The burden of direct tax cannot be transferred to any other person. But in case of indirect tax, the burden of indirect tax can be transferred to end users. The nature of direct tax is considered progressive tax and indirect tax is considered as regressive tax. And what would be the effect of taxes? The purpose of direct tax is to redistribute the wealth of a nation. The indirect tax increases the price of goods and services. Thanks for watching this video. This video is very useful for the basic information about the taxation and the difference between direct and indirect taxes. Thank you.